All right, well, listen, we're going to come back to that in just a few minutes, but you know what? I got somebody on hold right now, and I've been trying to track this guy down. I've been waiting to talk to him. He is an undefeated heavyweight, and there's not a lot of them around right now, and this guy is the real deal. He's coming up strong. He's 11-0, Strikeforce's undefeated heavyweight, and he's just in that tournament right there. Everybody, please welcome the cage side, the one and only Mr. Shane Del Rosario. Shane, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys. How you guys doing?
Oh, man, we are just having a good time today, hanging out, man, and we've been looking forward to you, getting on the show. Like I said, I've been trying to track you down for a minute on Facebook and get in touch with you and your people, and finally got you, dude.
On Facebook. I'm never on there.
Well, it's all right. Now I got you now because I got the number, so we're hooked in, man. So, first of all, congratulations on your last win out there, bud.
Thank you.
Good stuff, man. So, I've been watching, I look back at some of your fights and everything, and you're an 11-0 heavyweight, and you're not fighting for some small-time promotion right now. You're fighting for Strikeforce, one of the bigger promotions out there, and you're winning fights. I mean, you just won that last fight. It was like 4 minutes and change into the first round with that armbar, which was really impressive, by the way. And you're one of the last undefeated heavyweights that has in my eyes, the potential to be a world champion right now. What do you think about where you're at right now in your career?
I'm just really excited. Colin Oyama, my coach, and I, we've been working really hard over the past 5 years or so. And, we just went at it smart. I trained really hard. I didn't have another job other than just training. So I was fortunate. I was able to do that, just working, training full time. And then, we were smart about it. I wasn't interested in just trying to call out guys that, were the best at that time. I just fought guys where I was ready to fight. And, and I just kept winning from there. And now finally on that big show, it was an honor to be on the same card as, Fedor and some of these other fighters have been fighting since, I started. I've been watching. And, it's finally cool to start seeing things pay off and, making some good money now. And I'm just happy about everything.
Well, that's good stuff, And speaking of fights that you took along the way, there was an interesting fight that I remember you were supposed to have, and it never quite happened, and now the guy's gone.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley. Now, he was part of Strikeforce. Now, and I'm going to be honest with you, man, I don't know. I mean, I've met Bobby. He came to one of our shows with the XFC, and he was a guest for us. And he was actually going to fight for us, and then he went to MFC, ended up in Strikeforce. Now he's fighting for Titan FC, and that was a fight I wanted to see because I really wanted to see because to me, that's a test for him because I fully believe that you were going to beat the crap out of him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how far into the works that fight was. They just asked, would you be interested in fighting him? We got some dates coming up. Would you go and do it? And, we always said, yeah, let's do it for sure. It would have been a test for me, too. I know he was he was a beginner, but he's an athlete, He's an athlete, and, I still would have trained hard for that fight. It never happened, and, last year I only fought once, kind of because people pulled out or whatever, things happen in the fight game. But, I kind of moved on from that topic, and I'm just looking, just get fights in general. Last year I only had one fight. This year I want to try to at least get 4 more or 3 more, and just stay busy.
Well, that's good. Hey, everyone, you're listening to Cage Side with Christopher James on the Sports Explosion Radio Network, 1010 CBS Sports Radio. On the phone with us right now, and if you want to talk to him, give us a buzz at 888-404-1010, 888-404-1010. And you can talk to the man right here, Shane Del Rosario, undefeated heavyweight fighter for Strikeforce. He's in the tournament, that big Strikeforce tournament. Now, let's talk about that tournament, man, because this is something that bothers me, and I saw a comment from you that you were okay with it, talking about you wanted to have 4 more fights, and Fedor lost. Now, where I come from, if you lose, you're out of consideration. Boom, you're done. Get out of the tournament. They're talking about making Fedor the alternate if something happens to somebody. Now, I know you said in an article I read on Sherdog that you were okay with that, but are you really okay with that, man? Because you won, so don't you feel that you should be able to move on to the next step if somebody else drops out rather than a guy that lost?
Well, where I'm at is definitely that was what we were told.
And also feel free to answer freely because nobody's listened to us anyway.
I'm sure. We were told if I win, I'm the first alternate for the fight, which is a huge honor, and it's a huge step up in competition. Lamar Johnson was a good opponent, but some of these guys in the tournament have, 30 up to 30 fights, and have been fought battles, and have fought some, real tough guys. And so, if I get in that tournament, I'm great. I'm happy about that. I will train my ass off and go to fight, not just go to, I might lose or whatever. I'm going to go fight hard and, see what happens. But if not, I'm okay with, if I can just be on those same night of those big cards, and get some more experience and earn my own position into next year's tournament. So, I mean, that's where I said I was okay with. Let me get 4 fights this year or whatever. I finish out this year, then next year put me in the tournament for sure. And then, one thing for me, I know I got a lot of talent. One thing I lack in is experience. And I have a lot of first round, or most of my fights are all first round wins. I haven't really been tested into, three or more rounds. And so, I would like to get some of those battles in this year, hopefully, and then really go to the tournament with some experience, and go to win the thing.
Hey, Shane,
Hello?
this is RJ here. Since Strikeforce now has officially announced that they're going to be pushing back the heavyweight tournament, what does that leave you now with your future fight stuff? That because you were considered, they were talking about possibly using you as an alternate. Do you have another fight now, or are you in limbo?
Yeah, we're looking at. Nothing's said for sure, but we're looking at May or June for the next one. I kind of had a little small injury on my hand, so I've been taking the past couple weeks off, but I'm back to training now. We're looking to get a May or June in a fight. I'm hoping I can, if I'm not in the tournament, I could be at least on the same night as the next quarterfinal match. It was a lot of good exposure for me, and it was cool to be on a big stage like that. Get some experience fighting on a huge card.
Well, and it was definitely great to see you go, man. Like I said, I've been a fan of yours for a minute, so I'm just throwing it out there. If anybody from Strikeforce in the main office is listening, Fedor lost, so bump him out of the tournament. If you need an alternate, it's got to be Shane Del Rosario. He's the future of MMA, man. This guy's a big comer, so you guys need to listen. That's straight for you, Mr. Coker. All right, I got your back, Shane. Now,
Thank you.
It makes me mad when I see somebody out there working hard and doing what they're supposed to do and getting it done, and then Fedor's lost his last 2 fights. So why should he get the nod to move on? I don't agree with that. I know he's got more of a name than you, obviously. He's been around. But you know what? You lost your last 2, buddy. Step on and let's see what we got in the future, because that's what it's all about. Now, you got all this stuff going on, your Strikeforce. Is there any fighter out there that you would like to fight? Any organization, dream fight for you? Who would that be?
At this point, I don't really know. I'm just kind of training. I'm trying to get the fights and get my wins, and then next year when I have some more fights in, then I'll be looking to call people out or looking to chase for that belt. The next year, the year after. So as of right now, I'm just kind of worried about myself, my own camp, just improving myself and just winning fights. Keep going on that, winning fights. Last year I only fought 1 time, so this year I kind of had this last fight, I kind of had some rust, some ring rust. I kind of didn't relax as much as I should. So I really just want to keep busy this year and get back into the routine of things and, keep winning fights.
Well, I got to tell you, man, the 2 things I really like about you is, 1, that you're a gamer, man. You go out there, you get it done, you step in, and you're ready to fight. 2, I respect the fact that you're a humble guy. You're not calling people out right now. You don't have that, super bravado about yourself. And it's probably going to carry you a long way, dude. And I look at you soon being a future world champion, man, whatever organization you step into. Now, before I let you go, man, because I got to let you go here in just a second, but tradition here on the show, we got this little thing. We call it 5 Questions with Christopher James, and there's never a wrong answer unless I decide I don't like your answer. So that's the cool thing about this. It's the only time I ever get to be right just because I want to be. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Charlie Sheen, are you a fan or a hater?
Oh, fan. Love the guy.
That's a good answer. Give me the... Where's my board? My board operator is supposed to have, sound effects ready for me. Ryan, you suck. Can you get me a sound effect for that? Wow, you're terrible. All right, try to get one for the next one, buddy. All right, I'm a fan, too. All right, judging and refereeing in MMA, is it up to par for you, or do you think that all the athletic commissions out there need to implement better training and standards for these guys that are, potentially holding your career in their hands?
I don't know. At the top organizations, I think the refs do a pretty good job. I've been in a situation before where I almost got stopped, and the guy let me go a little bit longer, and I ended up winning that fight. If you stopped it, I couldn't, argue either way. I almost got knocked out. But, definitely, there's some bad refs out there and some bad judges. And I think there should be, kind of a better training for that so everyone's on the same page. But I don't know. That's why I think you got to make sure that you win the fight by knockout, or definitely win in everyone's eyes,
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You should never leave it in the judge's hands. But if you do have to leave it in the judge's hands, you got to hope these guys know what the heck they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
We've been pretty good here in the state of Florida with the commission we work with. They're really on top of it, and the guys really do a good job here. So we actually are pretty lucky in that aspect, and I know what you're talking about with some of the top companies out there. All right, next question. Your favorite baseball team, who is it?
I don't watch baseball. I grew up playing baseball my whole life, but I never really watch anymore.
You don't have a favorite team?
Not really, no.
So I guess...
I'll say Angels because that's where I'm from.
Well,
I'm from Orange County.
all right. Any ball player in your life, past, present, or future, that you know of, who would you like to see get inside an MMA cage?
I don't know, man. I think they should just stick to baseball and we'll stick to fighting.
I like that answer. All right. In your opinion, what is more important to have as a base in MMA, wrestling or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, I've always been a striker, and I've really just realized the importance of ground and wrestling over the past couple of years, and it's really helped me out. So, I mean, I don't know. I think jiu-jitsu, I guess you can finish fights with a submission, but, I mean, a good wrestler is going to be able to pin you down and hold you and just outpoint you and outgrind you for the whole fight.
Yeah.
But I definitely like people winning by knockouts or submitting somebody
I
versus
prefer
just holding them.
I prefer the knockout myself too. That's how I finish my business, knocking people out. No.
Where's the sound effect on that one, huh?
Oh, you got yeah. Where's the sound effect of that one, dude? Boom! Oh, shut up, RJ. And what title holder right now from any promotion? Did we lose you?
No, I'm here.
All right. What title holder from any promotion right now has the potential to retain their strap the longest?
I think Anderson Silva is going to be holding that belt for a while. Definitely Cain Velasquez. He's a young fighter and he's very talented. I think he's going to be forced at the heavyweight division in the UFC for a while. Those two guys are really doing well at their weight classes.
Well, yeah, that's definitely a good answer right there. Either one of those guys, you're definitely on the money with. All right. Well, listen, Shane, I want to say thank you, man, for taking the time to join us here on Cage Side, man.
Guys.
It's always good to talk to some of the top fighters out there, and I definitely consider you, one of the top heavyweight fighters out there, man. And I truly appreciate you taking the time. For you guys out there, if you want to get more with Shane out there, he's got a Facebook page, so just look him up, Shane Del Rosario. Leave him a message out there and tell him what you think of him as a fighter. He's out there. He doesn't always get you on Facebook, but he does eventually get back to you. Shane, once again, thanks for taking the time, and we'll touch base with you on your next fight, man. And good luck to you in your future.
Sure. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Anytime, buddy.
All right.
That was Shane Del Rosario. RJ, that guy's money. RJ, that guy's money.